You going
All right.
you gonna tell people about the dog situation when I was delivering?
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Welcome to another Woods Report. Yeah, so we was out doing our delivery today at Uber. Ma, you don't know this story either. Lenore was out.
Every now and then we get concerned about delivering that someone's dog is let loose. Whether they open the door to get their food and the dog runs like Kim told people about the dog chasing.
So this particular family, I guess they was getting their driveway done.
Yeah.
So they put in the Uber thing, do not park on the driveway.
Right.
So we said, okay, well, we got to park in the street, and then Lenore, you got to
walk through the grass.
Because I go in the place to get the food, and then she goes.
I go and deliver to the house.
To the house. So we pulled up to the house. I said, we got to park out on the street, and then you got to walk up to their door,
right? Because
they don't want you on their driveway.
They don't want us parked in their driveway.
Yeah. So Lenore gets out the car and walks through the grass and goes over to the door and say what happened.
Put their teas down. They had tea.
Yeah.
2 big gallons of tea. All of a sudden, I heard a bark.
And I yelled out the window. I said, Lenore, they got dogs.
I said, and I went in the corner.
And it was 2 of them.
I'm like, oh no, I was scared.
It was 2 dogs.
I heard barking. I was like, oh no.
And have you ever sat someplace and you don't know what to do?
I don't know what
I was sitting there, I said, I don't know what to do. If I get out the car, they're gonna tear me up.
Uh-huh.
So then I thought maybe I can distract them.
Uh-huh.
But if I distract them, she gotta come back to the car.
Come back to the car.
So they were barking and I was distracting them.
Uh-huh.
That's why I kept talking to them.
Oh.
So they would keep looking at me.
Notice they didn't come that close to you.
No, I kept talking to them though.
Uh-huh.
Like, hey, over here. I was trying to give you a way to get out.
Okay.
But you didn't go nowhere. You stayed at the door. She stayed at the person's door.
Because I actually rung the doorbell. Because I was scared.
You was trying to get in their house.
I was to get in. Please let me in. Oh,
they had an invisible fence.
They had invisible fence.
But it didn't help her because she was already in the yard.
Oh, the man came
out.
I
said to myself, if I distract them,
yes,
then maybe I don't know. She can walk. I don't know.
You saw the owner come.
Go next door or something, but you didn't move.
I was in the car. I didn't want them seeing me.
But they was distracting them. So that gave you time to go.
They would chase me. I don't want them chasing me.
So the man finally came out the house from his garage. He said, oh, don't worry about them. They don't bite.
And I'm listening to y'all talk. Kim, is that the owner?
I said, my sister is over there he thought I was trying to get out the car to deliver.
Right.
I said, no, my sister is already at your door. And he said, oh, they don't bite. I said, she's afraid of dogs.
Yes, they were big and fluffy.
2 big dogs.
Poodle doodles, whatever you call them.
And they were barking, but I had once remembered.
The tails was shaking.
I had once remembered because I'm not a dog person, but somebody said if their tails wag, that means they're playing.
And that's what they were.
And they were barking though. That's why I was like, I don't know if they.
One was named Lily because he came over. I said, "You the owner?" He said, "Don't even worry about them. If we were to command them to tear you to shreds, they'll just play. They'll play with you. They're real friendly." I said, "Okay." One dog named Lily. Hey, Lily. Lily came over trying to play.
And Lenore was scared. When the dog was by Lenore, was like this.
I said, you sure they don't attack? They were beautiful dogs.
I've never had that.
Oh my goodness.
I've never had
We've gone into property where the dogs were free and they followed our car.
Yeah.
All the way
They have
out.
an electric fence.
No.
But I've never had that where I was at the door and they came out. I had where I told you I was walking to the door. And I hate when y'all people order food and you can't hold your dog.
Right. One lady, she was messing with wrestling with hers, and she actually had to close the door and wait for me to leave.
Well, one time I was in the car and the dog came out, and I didn't tell you. You was coming.
On my peripheral.
You was
peripheral
walking.
vision.
No, you was coming back, and I saw him come out the door.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was going to yell, but I said, if I yell, I'll alarm him and you.
Yeah.
So I just let you keep walking to the car, and he just was looking at you.
Oh.
But he came out on the porch.
Oh, Lord, I was so scared.
If I would have said something, nothing. If I would have said something, you would have gotten scared.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't say anything.
And then the other time when I came up to the door when I was delivering by myself, and the man couldn't hold the dog, and he came out, and I tried to run, and he was chasing me around the car.
I was with you. I remember because you put the food in front, didn't you?
I put the food in front, like, you want the food, not me.
Don't eat me.
And he moved that food to the side, like, no, I want you.
I want to play with you.
But he wanted to play.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I told the owner today, I said, when you are afraid, you don't look at their tail to see if it's wagging. But they were beautiful dogs.
And we not dog people. So we don't know
we
that.
had our own dog, but we was just used to our own dog. We didn't.
Yeah, but that was her dog encounter today.
Yeah, okay.
It was funny. Wendy says, hey, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
All right,
Okay.
so top news, Beyonce.
Uh-oh. She get the Lizzo news. She got the Lizzo news break yesterday.
Well, we talked about yesterday with Lizzo being sued by 3 of her dancers.
Yeah.
Her fat dancers.
Okay. They had to be fat.
A whole fat case.
Okay.
Fat dancers,
always fat.
showing a fat person.
Does she not have skinny ones?
No, that's what her whole
dancers
thing
are
was.
always
Which
fat.
is why everybody's making a big deal, because she's for fat acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently they were being fat shamed and
and
sexually
some other
harassed
stuff,
and all this other
hostile
stuff.
environment.
The only thing I didn't like was when they said about the virgin girl being they making
they
fun
put
of
it
that
on post.
put it on a
They
post.
put her on blast.
But then that's her instructor.
Yeah,
it wasn't her. It was the instructor.
directly, but still.
But that's, you hired a manager. You got to get
they're under
sued.
your management.
Well, Beyonce, I guess, inserted herself into this.
Well,
Beyonce dropped Lizzo's name from the Break My Soul remix hours after she was accused of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment.
but she's allegedly. Don't you wait until the verdict is out?
You know, Beyonce, she don't touch nothing. That if you even look like you in trouble, Beyonce run from you.
I'm like, give people a chance to.
Hours after the lawsuit against Lizzo surfaced online, Beyonce seemingly modified the lyrics to skip the singer's name while performing in Boston. She normally has her name in there. And on her show in Boston, she left her name out.
So I guess when she's through with all of this, she'll put her name back in. Oh.
Beyonce may have just subtly reacted to the allegations recently leveled against Lizzo and her team. In a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles on Tuesday, 3 of Lizzo's former dancers accused her of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment. Now, I'm sure her team is working together to try to come up with some answer, because you ain't heard nothing from Lizzo. And she always running her mouth and getting on the internet. They crying when people talk about her.
Quiet
so they keeping her quiet. They talked about the plaintiffs in this article and all the stuff that we talked about yesterday. Look at our video from yesterday. But apparently Beyonce has inserted herself into this by not saying her name.
So she took her name out of her lyrics.
It said the reactions to the lawsuit mounted online. Fans noticed on Tuesday night that Beyonce seemingly omitted Lizzo's name from the list of past and present music icons that she names in her song. So she goes on stage and she names icons, Tina, and and she says Lizzo. She left Lizzo's name out.
I wonder why, though. Give her a chance. Because I'm thinking any other name that she names, none of those ladies are perfect.
It says in the original lyrics, Beyonce name drops Lizzo alongside other industry stars like Betty Davis, Solange Knowles, Erykah Badu.
She has some controversial stuff too.
Lizzo and Kelly Rowland.
No.
We all know she said
Erykah Badu.
Kelly Rowland
because of the
and
Solange
child because her sister.
Her sister.
Why she ain't say Michelle?
Did she not say Michelle?
However, videos, maybe she does. However, videos of Beyonce's most recent performance of the song in Boston last night indicate that she made the decision not to give Lizzo a shout out. Instead, she repeated Erykah Badu's name 4 times. And we'll tell you why that happened. There's some little beef going on there too. For her to mention Erykah Badu's name 4 times, she trying to say something.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a hidden message?
That's a hidden message. You left out Lizzo's name and you mentioned Erykah Badu's name 4 times.
Because she does that hidden messaging thing too sometimes. Sometimes it's right in your face. When she did that one football game and wore the military.
Oh, yeah.
She has messaging in her.
She hides a lot of messages.
Yeah, it's like it's not in your face.
She's never the type.
Subtle.
Beyonce's never the type to physically say something, but she'll put imagery and things like that to say what she wants you to think.
Yep.
And just like Blue Ivy, people kept talking about Blue Ivy not dancing, which is stupid to me. It's a little girl. Let her come out and dance with her mom, for God's sakes. She put her in more. That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, you don't like her? So now she really gonna dance with me.
Okay.
If I could put her throughout the whole show, she gonna dance with me. It's like she puts things in like that that make people go, oh, okay.
She's not gonna say nothing.
No.
But she'll just do it in her act.
Others, okay, of course, many fans have interpreted the move to be a deliberate response to the lawsuit. However, others have pointed out that it may be a reference to a recent controversy relating to Erykah Badu. Remember, I told you that. So everybody else saw that too. You don't mention somebody's name 4 times unless you're trying to, say something.
Okay.
In case you missed it, Erykah appeared to shade Beyonce on social media this week, accusing her of copying her style. Because Erykah Badu wears those big giant Abraham Lincoln hats.
I will say.
I know what you're going to say.
Amen.
Because Beyonce was in trouble for that before.
Beyonce stole someone's style from overseas.
Well, uses it.
She stole it. She didn't use it.
All
she
right.
took it and made it her.
Well, that's not like, so did Michael Jackson steal the moonwalk?
That lady says, that's my style. I still wear that kind of. It's all like right. It was a Hispanic, a Latino. I don't know if it was in Spain. It was some country, and she's known. And she said she can at least give me some props. I saw this on so and so. I like her style.
So if
she don't say nothing in anything she does. So I probably don't need to know the story about Erykah Badu, but I bet you she did.
If you take from different people, how is that stealing? Michael Jackson took from Fred Astaire, James Brown,
that moonwalk thing.
The moonwalk.
Everybody kind of knew who'd watched Soul Train where the moonwalk actually originated.
You watched Soul Train.
He just made it famous.
He made it famous.
But she said, I'm wearing that now in my acts. It's not like I used to be that or I'm not known. I'm known in my country. At least Beyonce could have gave her props.
It says, Omits says they direct all entertainers. She is not in control of what she says.
Beyonce?
Probably. I don't know. Oh, maybe what somebody says.
Oh.
But what I'm saying is,
and I see your point. It's a gray area. So if somebody is known for it, they don't have to give you credit for it. They stole it. Who cares?
To me, a hat is not stealing your style.
No, Erykah Badu's hat, yes.
But it's not exactly her hat. It's just a big giant Abraham Lincoln hat.
Erykah Badu is known for
wearing I'm just saying.
It's like, what's his name?
Pharrell
wears that hat.
So did he steal Erykah Badu's hat too?
No, because he has this.
He has that big giant. What is it?
Forehead?
No. Western hat.
Yeah,
it's made funny.
He's known for that.
So I don't know. I'm touchy with this one because if I take a piece of something from you, it doesn't mean I stole your whole style. So like Chris Brown wears one glove. Is he still in Michael Jackson's style?
Yeah.
Or is he just paying an homage to Michael Jackson?
Well, no, here's the thing. You said she mentioned her name in her act
4 times.
She didn't have to.
I'm saying she probably
she felt innocently using that idea because she liked it.
Well, it says Erykah Badu aired her frustration on her Instagram story, writing, "I guess I'm everybody's stylist."
Because she probably was hot.
But it was just a hat. I can understand if she wore Erykah Badu is more than just that hat. She wears the key, the chain,
and the rings,
the robes, and all of that. If Beyonce came in all of that, I could say you still in her style. That's Erykah Badu. But a hat, I can see you saying, I like that hat that Erykah Badu wears. I like that.
Mm-hmm. I guess if you look at it both ways, Erykah didn't have to say anything. She should just be happy about it.
Yeah.
Like say it in a nice way. Like, ooh, y'all see Beyonce? She kind of got my style.
To me, she could have said, instead of saying I'm everybody's stylist.
Right.
She could have said, I love that hat. I love that big old hat Beyonce was wearing. Girl, we love our hats.
She was throwing shade, and that's what messed her up. That's what it messed her up.
The Beehive.
Oh, they tore her up, didn't they? They
made Erykah go back and smoke some more.
Okay.
Tons of fans have come to Beyonce's defense, pointing out that she's been known to wear large hats for years, particularly during her Formation World Tour in 2016. That's the hat she wore in 2016. She's been wearing big hats. Now, she probably stole it from somebody in England or somewhere. But she's been wearing, she's been wearing big hats. Beyonce hasn't responded to the shade herself. She never does.
She does it in her song.
Though like fans think it's possible her modified lyrics may have been intentional. That's what I was saying.
4 times you say her name.
Erykah I don't have to respond, but I'm saying your name 4 times. I'm giving you a shout out. That's
responding, yeah.
And I think she responded to the Lizzo thing and the Erykah Badu thing in that one moment in that song.
I don't think she should have done Lizzo.
You know why I think she did Lizzo?
Why?
Because how do we know? Remember, Beyonce's close to her dancers. And maybe there's some talk in the dancing world that Lizzo's not nice to her dancers.
But can she still wait?
No, not for that.
Allegedly.
Not for that particular case. But she's been hearing it. Oh. And now that somebody's come out and sued, she feel like, okay, now I can say something. Okay. I don't know.
But this also shows you how a person's fans can eat you up alive if they don't like nothing you said about
them. Meg said that's entertainment, folks.
Yeah. But she did still, I remember that.
Beef or chicken.
Let me redo my research and see what entertainer that was. It was a style that entertainer had in Spain or somewhere. And she came on Insider, one of those inside shows.
Right.
And said she stole my style.
Well, we'll know they said this weekend.
Okay.
We don't know for sure, but although the answers may become clearer and clearer, she performs in Washington, D.C. this weekend.
And if she's going to say
what
Erykah
is Beyonce?
Badu 4 times?
Is she going to say Erykah Badu 4 times? Is she going to say Lizzo's name? Or is she going to totally change all names and do all new 4 women or 5 women? Mm-hmm. So we don't know what Beyonce.
You know,
now that she knows that everybody's listening to every little thing, she's going to make it a point to say something at that point. Mm-hmm.
The thing is, these fans make you, it either can cancel you or not. There's people who have so many fans, they can threaten you, they can hurt you, they can protect you, they can get mad at, whatever. They're almost like your bodyguards all over the world.
They're worse than bodyguards.
And it's really unfortunate that that's why some people were getting mad at entertainers when it comes to like political issues or major issues, because they feel like you got those many followers, just like comb over the January 6th.
But that's why they don't want you to do it. You don't want to use your fans for that. You could be wrong.
I know, but I'm saying if you are, let's say for the good things, you are supporting people to vote.
Oh, yeah.
Go vote, you guys. Go register.
Right.
They got that power like Oprah Winfrey had with the meat.
But they don't want you
She didn't know how much power she had.
The PR people don't really like you to use it because with great power comes great responsibility. Oh. And a lot of times, if you utilize your fans, the same people, Jesus found that out, the same people that praised you 3 days later will be the same one standing at the thing saying crucify. So you don't want to, it's a fine line that you got to be with your fans.
But if it's general, I think if it's general, you're okay. Mm-hmm. Like voting. Promoting them to vote, because a lot of young kids don't vote. They don't. But
notice Beyonce don't say nothing about anything.
I know she's like Michael Jordan.
They don't say nothing, and I think that's the reason why. Because when you want to hear from me and I say something, am I not going to say nothing when I don't want to hear from you? Yeah. See, it's better for me not to say nothing at all. But
she
a lot
says
of
it through her
people,
music.
a lot of people can't do that. They can't shut up.
She says it through her music and her
Right.
her stage presence.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So Wendy says, yes, Beyonce would skip and run to avoid conflict. I would too. Jay-Z and Beyonce want to be old money. Yeah. People who won't keep their money and keep out of the press, they don't say nothing.
Well, he made that comment about she greater than Michael
and
Jackson.
he got toe up for that.
Don't ever say that.
He made that such a dumb comment that even Beyonce had to say something,
honey,
and she don't even
on.
say nothing. She came out and said, I don't agree with that.
He is the greatest.
She loves Michael Jackson.
Yes.
That's why she's like, don't start that. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you think someone is gone to be blackballed, and that's what they think. And then Wendy said that hat. Emerald says, hey ladies, hey Wendy.
Hey.
Wendy says we all do it, but it's different when you're a celebrity. The writer lady too says, I love your African mask on your wall. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Emerald says, personally, I think it's silly. I see someone wearing something cute and I may rock it too. That's what I said. A hat is different in her whole style.
How she responded should have been a better way to say that. Erykah could have made it like,
right.
Oh, she rocking my style.
So I think Beyonce like big hats.
Yeah, not like I'm everybody's dresser.
I'm everybody's stylist. But then they said Erykah like being messy, so she could have did that so people could talk about her too.
Like what's her name did with the black and white? They always wears black and white.
Yeah, sometimes they say stuff. Jonah Monet or whatever name. Janelle Monáe.
Janelle.
Sometimes they say stuff because they want to be in the press.
Right. So, and it does bring them current.
And Erykah Badu is old school. They can't cancel Erykah Badu. Not Beyonce fans. They not the same people. People who love Erykah Badu love Erykah Badu.
They don't love Erykah Badu, in spite of what she says.
Omits says, see the control they have over the masses. She says nothing. Yep. Don't even have to say nothing, and you still get control. Wendy says hi to Emerald, and Christopher says, hey, everyone. Hey, Christopher.
Hey.
So that's the Beyonce and the Erykah.
Yeah, I just felt that she should wait.
Yeah.
Until all of this allegedly.
For the Lizzo thing.
Because we're still waiting on Jonathan Majors and what's going on with him in court.
Yeah, but if I want to remove Jonathan Majors, I can. That's my prerogative.
Yeah, but we're quick to cancel.
Yeah.
Beyonce's doing it. You're doing cancel culture, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Give people a chance to redeem themselves.
But she don't want to have nothing to do with it. Or she probably didn't want to mention Lizzo's name in her audience boo or something. I don't know. Whatever. We don't know. We'll know this weekend.
Okay.
If Lizzo's name is back in this weekend.
I think it's what you said. It may be some backstory to this.
I think it's some backstory. I think she knows behind the scenes stuff. Because there was another dancer that came out and said she's not suing, but she didn't like it.
Okay.
That they're not nice to her dancers.
Okay.
And she said that she's not part of the lawsuit. She said she decided to leave.
Oh.
So dancers talk.
Yeah, they
just
do.
like that's our saying.
That's
industry,
the whole world by itself.
Industry people talk. Camera people talk. Makeup people talk. Hair people. And if somebody don't like you, they don't like you.
They're hard to work with in the world we get out.
All right. Well, political news. Canadian President Justin Trudeau. Was he president?
Canadian president.
Are they called president? You know we stupid. Prime Minister.
Because they're still like partly still British?
Yeah.
On some parts.
So Justin Trudeau separates from his wife, Sophia. Sophie.
That ain't new. There ain't nothing new.
You knew they was in trouble?
I'm not surprised.
It's like Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton.
Surprised because we all knew
why she
stayed with him at the beginning.
But we never heard nothing about Justin Trudeau cheating and all that.
No, but
it's like Michelle and Obama separated.
That would hurt me.
But that's how this is in their country.
Oh, okay.
So the way I had to put it somebody to see Bill and Hillary ain't the same. If I say Michelle and Barack are separated.
Oh, they were that kind of couple?
Yeah.
What are they? Okay.
And I read somewhere that they had separated, but we don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, wow. Because Michelle has said some
I kind of believe it was true. Because in her book, she said they went through a rough patch.
And I guess we wouldn't be surprised because she's kind of speaking to it now.
She's speaking to it now.
People go, really? There was a time you didn't like him.
Yeah.
You didn't like Barack.
I can see not liking him. I can see not liking him.
It's you, girl.
No, it's him.
You.
No, I can see not liking him. She from the south side of Chicago, and he wants to appease everybody. I can see her sometimes not liking. There's times I didn't like Barack Obama.
Really?
Y'all gotta stop with this loving Barack
What did
Obama.
you, what name a time
There
you
was
didn't
times
like him?
with foreign stuff that things would happen, and he wouldn't answer the way I wanted him to answer. He would answer the nice way,
Safe
and
way.
I wanted him to say stuff like, keep it up,
See,
and
you
we'll
wanted
come
him
over
to
there and
act
blow
like a
you out of the
typical
water.
Black man, and that's what they was waiting.
Well, he could say it nice. It's like he was
You're angry. Don't be hostile. You're an angry Black man.
Right,
and he was
right.
like, really?
Right.
I didn't even raise my voice.
Right. And then it was times, and then he started the second term when he called Kanye an a-hole or whatever he called him. He started on his second term speaking out more.
Freer.
Yeah.
I don't have to prove myself. I'm already president for the next 4 years.
In the first term, he was too nice. The second term, he started getting more like, I don't like this thing, and that person's a bozo, and Trump is a moron, and he didn't say all of that the first term
because he wouldn't get elected again.
Yeah,
I told you how our country is becoming. We're so sensitive in this country. We've gone to other countries, and they've even said that to us. You're from America. Why y'all so sensitive? Y'all so sensitive. Everything hurts your feelings.
Well, Justin Trudeau separates from his wife. We remain a close family with deep love and respect for each other, the couple announced in social media. Everything is on social media. The Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, and Sophie Trudeau are separating after 18 years of marriage. A high-profile split for Canada's most recognizable political power couple. That's why I said Obama and Michelle, right? The abrupt announcement Wednesday ends what was often described as a storybook marriage that united two rising Canadian celebrities, the political ambitious son of an iconic former prime minister and a glamorous television host of Quebec.
To see TV.
An Instagram post published on both Trudeau's, both of their accounts in English and French, respectively, appeared shortly after 12 p.m. French. That's what you was thinking of when you said rural French Canadian. They still, when women went to Quebec, they still speak French. We went to Quebec and they speak French, like in the stores and everything. We were like, "Whoa!" I don't know why we didn't think that they would speak French, that we would speak English.
I know there's certain countries though up there, certain
areas,
areas,
but the provinces. That's why I said in Quebec. They spoke French.
Yeah, okay.
After many meaningful and difficult conversations, we have made the decision to separate, they said. The two married in 2005 and have 3 children. Xavier, 15, Ella, 14, and Hadreen, 9. As always, we remain close family with deep love and respect for each other.
And their kids are young.
And what made them separate? You always wondered if something happened.
I don't even know. For
the well-being of our children, we ask that you respect our privacy.
Because what made the Gates, Bill Gates and his wife split up? What made, what's his name? Was it the Amazon man?
All of them.
They all splitting up.
Divorce.
They're divorced. Are we all not surprised that these big, well-known, famous, rich couples who have been married over 15, 20 years.
The two have signed a legal separation agreement. They remain close family, and Sophie and the prime minister are focused on raising their kids safe.
I'm waiting on Trump's wife to leave him.
No, she just signed a new prenup.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. She want that money. Melania?
She live on the other side of the building.
Yeah, Melania don't stay with him.
Is she really happy?
She don't care about being happy.
Is she dating a pool boy?
Of course. Or the tennis guy or somebody.
I don't know how she could be happy with Trump, huh? Say what? Oh, really? Her family?
Oh, so her family live here. See, he done brought them over to a new country. She ain't going nowhere.
Are they legal? Everybody fighting and screaming about being over here, not legal, going through the process.
No, they visiting.
Okay.
Omits says neither does her husband. They drain the masses with mindless music, probably Jay-Z and Beyonce. And then Barack and Michelle love so-called black folks sleep for 8 years, just like the corporations wanted. So you're not a fan of Barack Obama, look like Omits.
Oh, really? They said something about
the corporations. They was in bed with the corporations,
which
most Democrats are.
I think every politician is.
All of them are, yeah.
Every politician, good or bad.
Both of them.
It don't matter.
So that's it for him.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Michelle and Barack.
That's sad.
This
You don't
story.
like hearing about divorce anyway.
Oh, let me see what y'all said here.
But it happens as you get older.
Hey, y'all was typing a lot. Personally, I think it's silly. I someone wearing yes, Erykah Badu. Yes, Erykah. Wendy says yes. Erykah Badu is Vanguard. Tiffany said. Wendy says Tiffany Haddish said when she got in all that trouble, she was working with Tyler and he dropped her like a hot potato. See?
Oh, when she got in trouble with that kid, that video of the
and that was not innocent. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people say, I'm not waiting on that. On you to go through trial. I'm done. And I don't blame them.
Well, she back on track in that Ghost movie.
I am not going to see it. Wendy says, in a marriage, you go through phases. Sometimes you can't stand each other, and sometimes you're all over each other. Emerald says Bill Gates was having an affair. I did hear that.
Ooh.
And Wendy says sometimes people just grow from each other.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
That's why we are so surprised when we meet couples who have been married over 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
well, you don't know.
I'm just saying regardless. Do we know some families, but I'm talking about ones who are still together holding hands.
Right.
They must have still went through some bumps in the road and still decide to hold hands and be real with it.
Right. But married for years don't mean nothing.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Okay. Former Bachelorette Gabby Wendy, is it Wendy or Wendy? Wendy reveals she's dating a woman.
She was one of the bachelorettes.
Told you I'm a girl's girl. And she was a bachelorette.
When did she find out though? Because when she was on that show, Bachelorette, she had how many men? And she dated men. She was involved with men. When did she wake up and go, I'm tired of men? Or let me try women. Let me see if I date a woman, will she just bring much joy to me, just like those 50 men who didn't?
Well, she stopped by The View on Tuesday and gave an update today on her personal life. I always just want to live my truth and my story. She's 32. And so I have been seeing someone for a couple of months, and I've been keeping it a little more private because it is like a bigger story and a bigger conversation because I'm dating a girl. Right. Co-host Sunny said she didn't see that twist coming. Yeah. She said, I don't think anyone did. No, not even me. Nope. She says, I posted a carousel of photos with her girlfriend, comedian and TV writer Robbie Hoffman on Instagram Tuesday. Told you I'm a girl's girl. She captioned the post. I'm on her Instagram story. Wendy posted a shot of her kissing Hoffman, which Hoffman later reposted, writing, guys, some news. I am gay. Why you gotta be kissing me?
I don't think.
Well, the nurse ended her season of The Bachelorette engaged to Eric, whatever his name is, but they called it quits by November.
Right. They ended up early.
I think life is just really busy for both of us right now. We've been competing on Dancing with the Stars. Oh, they were the ones that went on Dancing with the Stars. So I understand their concern, but we're just kind of, going forward with each of our individual interests and supporting each other from afar. Let's see. After coming to her second place on Dancing with the Stars, Wendy has spotted on a date with pro Alan Burstein or whoever. They're both single, blah, blah, blah. She's boring to me. I don't even care about this story. I guess more so I'm really doing this story, not because I care about her. They brought the story
up because of her stance on relationships with the men that she was trying to find and connect with. She said her family is still trying to swallow this, because you think about it, if you've grown up in the family where you've dated, you were heterosexual when you're dating, married, maybe had kids, whatever, and then later you find out that you are attracted to the same sex, your family members are like,
yeah, when did that happen?
Did you wake up one day and say, I'm tired of me? Or have you always been attracted to women when you were younger? You just kind of maybe want to explore it now because you're out there and you're known. And because she is a nurse too, I think they congratulate her for being a nurse through that whole COVID thing. But that is a question that a lot of people ask.
Well,
I asked about Niecy Nash.
Emerald says, was she always into girls, or is she just trying to follow the trend?
That's what I was saying, because I was wondering that about
the conversation, because I'm more not so much into her. but just the
In
whole
general.
conversation
Yeah, just in general.
about when people are bisexual. You know, there's some people gay, they don't like bisexuals.
They don't. Why?
You got to remember, everybody thinks that because somebody is on the
What's wrong with your hair?
I'm just fixing it.
Oh,
They think that because somebody's on the rainbow,
being open,
that all rainbow people agree with each other. No,
That's
not
true.
all gay people don't agree with transgenders. Not all transgenders agree with gay. Not all. Everybody has their own individual.
And I
thought.
think too, for the sake of supporting, it's like even with blacks, you want to support the LGBTQ community in general, even though within it you may go
right. That's why you can't do that. You got to each person individually. So,
but the rights should be general. Is what they're fighting for.
Right.
The rights that they're fighting for marriage, for equality, for things like that. Whether I agree with you being bisexual or not, we all still need the rights.
But a lot of gay people don't agree with bisexuals because they feel like they're confused.
No,
I'm saying what they say.
I wonder why.
Yeah, they feel like they're confused. They feel like they may like one, but they keep their foot on the other side because society. So it's almost like they feel like they're gay, but they're not all the way out. They just kind of like, I'm really gay, but I don't want anybody. But then there's some bisexual says, no, I really like men and women.
Their sexual preferences is whoever is satisfying my need at the moment.
And then there's some people then you go into the whole argument, even with gay or bisexual. Were you born that way? Were you molested?
Were you violated?
Were you violated? Did you watch some stuff? Is it a spirit? Everybody has all.
You can't be born that way. You decided to be like that. People go both ways on how they do it. But I always question like people like Niecy Nash, and I'm laughing because Niecy Nash now is in a relationship with a female. But did she say
she was always like that?
But here's the thing: a lot of times when people have those talk show moments and they're sitting down and they're being transparent, a lot of people, I'm hearing both sides. I'm hearing, I've always wondered, and then I've heard some women go, "No, I wasn't attracted to women that way. I was in a relationship with a man. We had children. We were married, blah, blah, blah. I've gotten hurt. I don't want to be with him anymore. I'm exploring now, or I just happened to fall in love with this woman and I didn't realize it." So there's different stories to how they all arrived there.
Well, it says following her announcement on Wednesday, GLAAD's vice president of communications made a statement because, GLAAD is the Gay and Lesbian Alliance. Right. As one of today's most visible reality stars from The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, Gabby's decision to continue to share her private life with the public as a queer woman is a key reminder to people, including the many millions who watch the franchise, that there are no rules for coming out and that everyone's journey is different. This should also be an important reminder to the industry that the LGBTQ people have a place in mainstream dating and relationship shows, and that we must be included. I don't know if I agree with that.
Why not?
If you're bisexual,
it is a different journey for everybody.
I don't think you should be on The Bachelorette unless everybody knows you bisexual.
Right.
I don't think you should be bisexual, or either way, if it's a man, okay, change it. See, people accept women being bisexual more than they do men.
Why you feel that way?
If you had a man who was a bachelor and he was bisexual and he didn't say anything, all hell would break loose.
You'll be upset.
All hell would break loose. And you guys know it. If there was a bachelor and he was bisexual and all these women came,
knew he was.
All these women came and vied for his love and his attention.
Get a little rose.
And then he gave him a rose at the end of the thing. And then at the end of the show, he chose one. And then it didn't work out. And then the next scene is him with some dude in Australia or somewhere. All hell would break loose because y'all would say he should have told all them women that he was bisexual.
I wonder because nowadays, a lot of people are coming out. Back in the old days,
right. Maybe young people don't care.
Young people don't care.
They're
right. Like, you have desire for both sides.
You're right.
But back in our day,
our age group and a little younger than us, all hell would break loose.
And
Now you're right. These young kids, they may not care. They'll be like, I don't care. I like both too. You know what I'm saying? I came for him, but I can go with a woman.
I think they would be a lot of people. A lot of couples have been upset because if they're married to you and they find out that you are having a desire for the same sex, and you leave her for the same sex, yeah, they get upset.
I just feel like whatever it is in your life that is major, full disclosure. I just feel like
it's not gonna happen for everybody.
I just feel like people are fake. I think if before you marry somebody or you settle down, if you have something major. And then people will be like, well, what's considered major? Because there's some transgenders don't think they should say something. You a bonehead.
I know you may get killed.
You need to say something. Your life
may be taken if you
But I think somebody. If you was married, you should say something. If you was in jail, you should say something.
But you know that's
if you have children, you should say something. If you have a disease, you should say something.
You know that doesn't happen.
No, I'm saying it should.
African American world, especially in the church.
Oh, you talking about gay?
They're not going to say anything.
I'm talking about other stuff, not just
you talking about beyond that world.
Beyond that, you was in jail, you was in that. I'm saying anybody's world. You should say something. That's my opinion. Anything major. Some people feel like even financial.
If you've had a bankruptcy or you have a bad,
why would you marry somebody
200
and you filed bankruptcy 8 times?
What's your credit score? 200.
And then he thinking he gonna marry you, or she thinking she gonna marry you and build a house and stuff.
Yeah.
And you owe everybody their mama.
That's the back and forth with that is when to reveal that. That's the hard thing.
When you start getting serious.
When is that when you start getting serious? You may get serious, but they may not be. See, that's a hard one. Do you do it on the first date?
When you notice that person is starting to get serious.
Oh, gosh.
I think anything
and
major,
then you'll be ghost. And they won't even say nothing. They'll just disappear.
And then there's some things. See, there's levels to this. Maybe we'll have a conversation. Then there's things right up front. Ain't even about nobody getting serious.
Like
I want to know if you was a man.
Oh, the first date.
Before the first date.
But you know what? Let's be real. A lot of people who are part of the LGBTQ community, when you're dating, aren't you on those apps where the other ones are like you? Why I gotta explain to you in a heterosexual website? I'm
talking about somebody you met.
Go to a website. Well, yeah, if you're not,
you met him in the grocery store and it's a woman. I'm a woman. He looks like a man. I think you should say it right up front. If I come up and say I'm looking at you or something, I think the person should say, "Well, just so you know,
I'm a transgender.
I'm a trans man.
I'm a trans man."
And then let that person decide if they still want to get your phone number.
What, in college, one of my friends, she was close to a gentleman that was gay. He was a homosexual, and didn't come out and say it because remember back in the day we were kind of on the down low, but you kind of knew. You kind of knew he was.
Yeah.
And she would take him with her as the radar. Is he gay? So and so, girl, he's gay. Don't talk to him.
Exactly.
No, he's not gay. He didn't even come on to me.
And
she would talk, and she would talk to him. So that was her radar.
But then sometimes that's off.
Well, I don't know. He was he was on it all the time.
No. Today some you can't tell.
Oh, you can't tell.
Oh. Some guys are DL and you don't know.
This was about 20 years ago in college.
20 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, he was her radar and who she dated.
Omits says fake or TV carries over. Yeah. But you probably be off when we read your stuff on man, because I come to you late. But yeah, you don't know.
I get it though. You're saying women are more accepted being bisexual.
Women are more accepted. Just like if you talk to a guy who watches porn, they'll watch 2 women and ask them if they'll watch 2 men.
They may have.
They'll look at you like you stupid.
Yeah, why is it that they can?
They both gay.
Yeah.
But they don't see it. They see women different than they see men.
They're getting the pleasure out of the woman's body.
That's what I was telling you. This woman coming out saying she bisexual, all hell's not breaking loose over there.
But if
that was a bachelor who said that, all hell would break loose. All hell would break loose. Why you didn't
say nothing before?
You had all those women coming up there and you didn't see, they would have said something.
Next bachelor is going to be a golden one in his 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
I bet you after that, it will be someone from the LGBTQ. Watch.
Wendy says, also it takes a lot of courage to come out because you know you'll be judged.
Yes.
They look at it like a bisexual man is not a man. But a bisexual woman is sensuous. Or on the down, or the man is on the down low. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's why I said they
because
see
he
women
goes both ways. They're like,
That's not a man. But a woman, they see that as sensuous. Like, oh, okay.
Then what do you?
And I told you that goes back. Remember, we had the conversation when I said about women being nude versus men being nude.
Right.
A man being nude is disgusting.
So why is it? I know.
He had hair all on him
No,
and stuff.
to some women that's not.
But I'm
true.
saying most of the
No, 'cause
time.
some women like a man.
I know, but I'm
naked.
saying most of the time, nobody wants to look at him
But here's
with his stomach, and also unless he's chiseled or whatever. And even then, the thing hanging, he doesn't. Elaine said it on Seinfeld. You guys look.
Nah.
I'm saying what
If
she
he has
said
a
on
chiseled
Seinfeld.
body, yeah.
Even then,
Okay.
she says you guys look more like mechanical. Women look more. It's curves and softness.
There's some women you don't want to see.
No, I know. I'm just saying. That's why probably. So they don't want to see a man.
If we're talking about, and this will be a quick one, we can end it because I know some people are like, oh, why are they talking about this? Anyway, I always ask the question, prison. If it's a mental thing and you're not really in that LGBTQ lifestyle,
yeah.
But we know in prison what's going on.
The same thing with
so they don't label. They're not about labels.
The same thing that you do with you know what?
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it because we're gonna get kicked off. It's about farmers.
It's about labels.
I'll just say that farmers.
Okay.
They just anything. It don't matter to relieve yourself.
Okay.
A tree or anything.
Oh, okay, it don't matter. But they're as far as mentally, they're not there to say that they are in that label in that category.
No.
Okay.
And a lot of times when men get that hyped up, their brain shuts down anyway.
Oh, that's right.
All the blood rushes to one spot.
It can be a Martian or some weird person from another space.
You saw it.
I'm being okay.
It doesn't matter. She got one eye in between her head and she's green from another planet.
They don't care.
It doesn't matter.
You know what? That's why what's his name on Star Trek was with every woman from a different planet. It didn't matter to him.
They didn't have a woman with every man. You notice that?
That's true.
That's because that's what I'm saying.
Captain Kirk. He would have a woman from a different planet.
Women receive, men give.
Yeah.
It's harder to receive something from anything than it is to just give something to anything.
That's true.
People can give all. What does Seinfeld say? You can hand out tickets all night long. Reservations. It's keeping the reservation.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right. Stephen A. Smith reacts to Brittany Griner's mental health break.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Stephen A. Smith
He
yesterday.
made a comment the other day, put his foot in his mouth.
About Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, and throwing shade.
Well, this one, he's, I guess, better. The Phoenix Mercury announced last weekend that Brittany Griner is taking a break this season to focus on her mental health. The Mercury fully support Brittany and will continue to work together on a timeline for her return. Now, Griner is 32. She last played July 25th against an Atlanta team.
I was going to say she was playing.
On the most recent episode of the Stephen A. Smith Show, the charismatic ESPN personality made it clear that he supports Griner's mental health break. First of all, God bless you. All the best to you, Brittany. If anybody at all has a perfectly logical explanation for needing to step away from basketball to address mental health after what you endured, it's Brittany, he said. She was in prison. I don't care what reason it is. Whatever the case may be, she was a political tool that Putin and the Russian government used at a time. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Griner has averaged 18.2 points and 6.7 rebounds per game. So he's saying hopefully this mental health break will give Griner the peace and clarity that she's searching for.
She's getting older, so she better be careful with that length of time she's taking.
So there's two things that I want to say about Brittany Griner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One, I agree. I'm surprised she even came back to play at all.
Right.
I would have been done with basketball.
Been the first thing she would have done is taken some mental.
I would have been like, I'm not playing basketball. That's why I was held over there in the first place. Mm-hmm. I'm good with the basketball.
I'll do something else.
I'll just be a speaker.
Yeah,
going
spokesperson or something.
So that I didn't understand why she started playing when she came back in the first place. Okay. So I do agree with him on that. I understand why she's taking a mental break. The part about Brittany Griner I don't understand, and y'all can comment in the section below if y'all know anything about her. There's a video that resurfaced with her. This is when she has her locks. So this is probably before she went over to Russia. Mm-hmm. She was outside at the pool. It might have been her house or somebody's house. And they have a basketball rim in the swimming pool. And she was shooting from the outside of the swimming pool and shooting the basket. She didn't have a shirt on. She don't have any breasts.
Right.
So is she a transgender?
Oh, you think she's taking
She's
something
never
that's
come
making
out.
her
And
body
remember,
become
her
more
voice
manly?
was deeper.
You said she would do some of her interviews. She would be speaking lower.
If she is a transgender, she's not saying it. And why are you playing on a WNBA team if you're a transgender? See, I don't get it.
So you saying that she was?
Is she a trans male?
Was you thinking she was born male?
No, a
Born
woman.
female.
But she's taking the hormones, the testosterone.
Transition
She's
to a
taking
man.
her breast away. She's transitioned already into a man. But my question is, if you transitioned already to a man, why are you playing for the WNBA?
Well, who makes the decision that if you are, let's just say for sake of argument, you are transitioning over? Who makes the decision that you are 50% over or 60% over, you can't play with women anymore? How do you make that determination?
Omits says it is insanity. In the 1970s, homosexuality was changed from insanity. No exception in society. Some comment. Okay. My question is,
but I'm asking you that question. If
she's never said it. So if you don't say it,
right,
are you still considered the gender you were born with?
I think if you're not saying anything, people consider her.
But is that fair? If you've taken your chest off and you've taken testosterone to play with women,
I'm thinking, can she take that drug as an athlete?
So
they test you. I thought they
can
test you.
Can somebody find out? That somebody else had asked that question. Don't they get
tested for drugs and stuff?
Somebody else had asked that question. I didn't know
everything.
that. I didn't know her breast removed. You did?
I just know
you were saying yeah, like you knew.
Yeah, when you look at her, when you look at how she's dressed, there's nothing there. No, she ain't got nothing.
So she was outside shooting with no shirt on, and she has no chest, and it's muscle. Oh. That's why I'm like, she looks like a man. Her chest.
And you said her voice would be deep sometime when she does interviews.
So this is very interesting because usually we never talk about the trans man wanting to play with men. So my question is she not because she can't compete with the NBA guys? Is that fair?
Well, she's made her life as a female.
But is that fair? You are
fair.
Transgender.
That's if she is. That's her plan.
I'm saying,
just thinking that could be her.
I'm gonna say plan. It, and I'm gonna be clear. If you are a woman and you are transitioning to a man, and you are taking the necessary steps,
right?
You've gotten rid of your chest. You've taken testosterone. Should you be allowed to still compete with women
according to the rules? Yeah, because remember we were fussing about the swimmer.
Remember this guy that swam and he beat those women?
That's what I was getting ready to say. Nora's on another thing.
No,
that's the opposite. I said a man.
No, it doesn't matter male or female. It
does matter. Men are stronger.
No, you don't need to say anything about it because we're going into a whole different discussion. That wasn't what she's asking. Though.
No, what I'm asking is, and I'll be clear, stay on the subject.
No, I'm on the subject. I'm saying regardless of where they're coming from.
It matters because men are stronger.
No, there's nothing. Okay, Ma, please don't add to this.
All right.
There's nothing right now that we're saying legally that's not allowing either one to not play. Remember, they're trying to make a big thing about this. There's nothing rules in the books that says a transgender cannot play on the team. They're transgender.
I know, but what I'm asking is,
there's nothing really there to help with your argument.
So I'm asking, is it right? It's men are strong. Okay,
we can say right or wrong, but right now they can probably do it. She can't transition to a man.
People have outrage about men who are transitioning to being female and running and swimming and doing things with females.
Right. We've given our opinion on
now,
that. Yeah.
Where is their outrage if there's a case like Brittany Griner, where there's a woman transitioning to a man and she's still in the woman's sport? I don't hear that.
I don't think it's happening. That's if she would be the first. Yeah. But I don't know what can we say, Kim? There's no rule or laws that says she can't. We can all give our opinions on until the sky is blue about is that right or wrong. Okay, let's just say for sake of argument, they let her do that. She transitions all the way to a man, and she wants to play in the NBA with LeBron James.
All right.
So I don't know. That's a good question. What can we say?
Omits said Dave Chappelle warned about this. I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Because the question that I'm asking, and that's why I said you guys can talk about it, is a good question. Because we say stuff people say stuff about the man transitioning to women and then competing.
Right.
Because we feel like men are stronger than women. So if she's staying in the WNBA,
right,
because she can't compete in the NBA, that's wrong. If you transition to man, you're a man.
But that's why I was going.
Go try out for the NBA.
But still, doesn't it all go back to?
See, I don't know.
No, I'm saying for me personally, I need to know. I thought all athletes can't do certain drugs. So wouldn't they have to know if they test her, if she's doing a steroid or something?
You can do those drugs that for your sexuality.
Isn't that part of steroids or something?
Because they consider that just like the man becoming a woman, hormones, he can still do that. That's making him become more of a woman.
So testing them for whatever drug they're taking to do the transition is not interfering with them as an athlete.
Well, I'm saying it does on the opposite side. On the man's side, because I feel like men are stronger, him taking hormones is weakening him, estrogen. Him taking that is weakening him. But if she's taking testosterone, sooner or later she's going to be slam dunking on every woman in the WNBA.
If she stays with the WNBA. But why would she stay with the NWA, the women's basketball, if she's transitioning to a male?
If
that does get out,
this is what I think.
Then they're going to say you can't play with the women anymore.
This is what I think. She came back from Russia. I'm just throwing this out there. I don't have any proof or nothing.
Okay.
And she played, right? Her mental health wasn't bad. All of a sudden, old tapes is coming up. You playing with shirtless, you looking like a man, you look like you take testosterone. All of a sudden, you mentally don't want to play anymore. I really think somebody pulled her by the coattail and said, Brittany, you need to get ahead of this. Because if you out there playing and these people talking about this tape and you look like a full man playing basketball,
you thinking that's part of the break?
You shouldn't be in the WNBA.
That's partly of why she's breaking.
I don't know. That's my assumption.
Because the break could also be she's trying to figure it out.
She's trying to figure it out. Should she? Because she did come out in favor of transgenders.
Yeah, she did.
Playing.
She said that.
Which means, in my opinion, she needs to be trying out for the NBA, not playing with women. That's my opinion.
That's a good one, because if she's taking a break to figure it out or to get her head together, if that is her goal, because of pictures you guys have that's been surfacing, showing physically that she's trying to transition to that,
then she should be playing in the NBA.
In all fairness.
And does she think she's good enough to play in the NBA?
I don't think so.
See?
She's going against people like LeBron and Steph Curry.
But that's not right. If you want to be a man, be a man.
But as a team, remember, we said teams are different than individual athletes. You said, what's his name from Jamaica that runs, I don't know how fast, with a wig on?
It's still Usain Bolt.
Transitioning to a woman. He will beat every woman in the world.
So I don't know. That's a good one. Wendy says Idris Elba. I don't know why you say Idris Elba, but Idris Elba. Emerald says, I think she is trans. I've noticed that she never had breasts, and there was bass in her voice. Yes. I said that.
I said she never had breasts.
I said the bass was getting deeper.
You did say that. Yeah.
Wendy said she recently said she was going to fight for transgenders.
Mhm.
Maybe that's why. Wendy says she was going to fight for transgenders in sports.
Mhm.
She's considered a cisgender, which means no breast only. Just look it up.
Mm.
And Emerald says not steroids, it's hormone therapy. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Wendy says she continues to be a woman. So I don't know.
See, and
do you know, Wendy?
And
you don't know.
And who was
is
it?
She taking anything? Hormone therapy? Is she taking anything that's making her more masculine?
That's the question, Emerald, that I always ask on both sides. Whatever they're taking to transition, doesn't that affect them as far as being an athlete and being tested?
Now, if she comes out publicly and says, okay, what you said, Wendy, I'm cisgender or whatever, I've taken my breasts off, but I don't go through any hormone therapy. Physically, I am all woman as far as the inside, the hormones, everything. I don't take testosterone or anything.
Okay.
That's why I'm in the WNBA.
Okay.
If she came out and said that, I think people would be like, okay.
That's fine.
But by not saying anything,
we're all speculating.
And your voice is getting deeper. You cutting your hair. You looking more like a man.
And you made a comment that you support
transgenders in sports. That's making everybody kind of go. So what I think she got ahead of it. And that's why she's sitting out. That's my own personal opinion. It means absolutely nothing.
But you know what?
Because she played when she first came from Russia. So to me, that says mentally you was okay.
But you know what? We have to be careful. Athletes have to even be careful in the whatever field they're in, especially the team sports. Just because you're transgender, or the women to male, that's probably the tougher one. Women transitioning to a male, you got a harder chance of going in that sport,
right?
With all those
men
out there. You know how hard it is to get in the NBA and the NFL.
You never hear about a trans man going and racing in the Olympics.
Now we're hearing
against Usain Bolt.
And we're hearing issues on the other side.
Thank you.
Men transitioning to women.
Running against
a woman. And swimming.
You don't hear about it.
You're going to be that woman now. It's like, what?
Let's hope. In a way, I almost want her to be. I want her to be because I want her to be the spokesperson. I almost want her to be transitioning, taking these hormone therapy and apply or try out for the NBA and make it.
Oh, okay.
I almost want her to.
She'll be the first one.
She'd be the first one. And then people will be like, okay, she shut that door that we can't play with them. I would love that to happen.
And she is just
I would love that to happen.
Yeah.
But what I don't want is you doing all of this and you still playing for the WNBA.
But even with that, we got to be careful. Let's just say, for sake of argument, that happens. On the other side, you got Hussein, men who run as fast as he is, saying if Brittany can do it in the sport that she's in, I can do it in the women's track and field. Okay. And women in track and field go, really? It's just something to think about.
Meg says, I told you before, is a man. Same problem in high school. Yeah. Wendy says Idris. We'll talk about naked. Idris Elba naked. About you can look at him naked.
Yeah.
And she says, no, I don't know. I'm just talking about what I read. I have no idea about the Britney thing. And of course, here goes Emerald. If Wendy's going to talk about Idris, I can talk about Michael B. Jordan.
Thank you. Kim talking about you don't want what Elaine from this Seinfeld said about seeing a man.
They look mechanical.
No, they don't. No, those two men. No.
How many men look like Idris Elba?
I don't care. If
Michael
they look like Michael
Most
B.
of
Jordan,
them have dad bods.
I want to see you.
Most of them look like dad bods. Nobody wants to
I know.
see
We're not talking about them.
With his socks on. Nobody wants that.
And the beer bellies. Okay.
Nobody wants that.
Okay.
The light is off mostly for him.
You know
than
what?
It is for the woman.
That's wrong.
Nobody wants that.
Okay.
Who wants to see that?
That's just wrong, Kim.
Now, if you got Idris Elba and Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
But how many guys look like that?
Well, the women ain't all that hot either.
And for us, no, but men see different. We judge ourselves.
Yeah.
We look at cellulite and all that. Men be like, look, I'm ready to go.
I'm laughing at that Sinbad joke when the wife was mad at him on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at the other women. Oh, baby, no.
I like the way your butt dragging
all in the sand.
Women, I looked at a video the other day. A lady, her husband was at a party singing happy birthday to somebody. She had on a tight dress and her stomach was bigger than mine.
Wow.
And you can see her navel. If your dress is that tight, I can see the navel.
See a pimple on your arm.
And he's singing happy birthday, hugging her. They don't care.
They don't care.
But yet they'll look at Beyonce walk by.
Yeah, they would. They would still look at a nice body walking by. Why not?
But yet they still, you get excited looking at you with your big
baby,
stomach.
Your baby. Hey.
They don't care.
Okay.
We care more than they care.
Slab and all.
Yeah. But we look. No, don't nobody want to see that. Okay. Hurry up. Do what
you know what? Turn the light on.
Right.
Okay.
Hurry up and get on top and get behind or something.
Stop.
You don't need to walk around like that.
Turn the light off.
No, put a towel on or something.
Okay.
All right, let me move quick. Subway, because we beyond our hour.
Oh, okay.
Quickly, I'll mention you could win free sandwiches for life if you change your name to Subway. That's their latest thing. Their latest marketing tool.
Here's the thing.
If you love sandwiches and aren't all that keen on your name, Subway has an offer for you.
They gonna go bankrupt.
Why?
Do you know how?
There's a lot of stupid people that have changed their name.
I'm telling y'all, we are learning about our world, our nation. We have crazy people in this world who will take them on and change their name.
The fast food chain announced that one lucky customer, they smart. One lucky customer
did it
who legally changes their first name to Subway will be rewarded with free. You're right. They wouldn't say anybody because you're right. Everybody can change their name.
They would be at the courthouse saying, "I'm changing my name to Subway," and the judge would go, "What?"
The contest opened on August 1st, and it'll go to August 4th at subwaynamechange.com. And any adult in the U.S. can enter. The winning contestants just needs to agree to name change if they're selected. The company said it will reimburse the winner for legal and processing costs connected with the name change. I almost want to do it.
No. Subway
Woods.
Can you keep any of your old
Guess
names?
why?
Can you not do Subway Kim?
It wouldn't be because I want Subway. It'd just be because I know it'll go viral.
No, it's not worth it.
I'll be known all over the world as Subway Woods, and they'll look at me and go, she would change her name. A big girl.
Not the Subway.
Subway Woods.
I know there's people out there that would, though. That's why I'm glad you said they said one.
I may enter y'all. Everybody go there and enter just to see if you get randomly.
No.
If you get randomly selected.
My name was changed twice. I'm not changing it again.
Subwaynamechange.com.
Who would call themselves Subway? And for Subway sandwiches.
What would you say, Ma, if I changed my name to Subway? She talking about she wouldn't speak to me.
She'll be mad.
Yes, and she'll be asking for a sandwich every day too.
Well, you get a free sandwich
She'll be asking for the rest of your life.
Who wants to eat Subway every day too?
Nobody.
Thank you. To change their name to that just to get their sandwich? Oh, Lord.
In 2022, one super fan camped out for 2 days to get a foot-long tattoo. They have these campaigns. I remember they had that. If you get a foot-long tattoo, you get a free foot-long.
For one sandwich, though, that tattoo is forever.
Maybe you get it forever. I don't know.
That's just these little things they come up with. They know the world is crazy, so they know somebody's going to go for that.
Subway.
Okay.
The contest winner must undergo a background check and must provide the company with proof of the name change within 4 months of accepting the prize, which will be awarded in the form of $50,000 in Subway gift cards.
Maybe a homeless people can change their
You
name
know
again.
what? If you get $50,000 in Subway gift cards, I would do it if I had a homeless. Yeah, you can change your name back. I would change it if I had a homeless shelter or something. And then I get $50,000 in gift cards for Subway. And I would just for a whole year or 2 years,
bless a
bless
homeless person
people.
with a sandwich.
I would bless people that was
Something
homeless.
to think about if you got that type of
And people won't think you stupid if you go on the news and say that. I wanted to be able to bless homeless people with sandwiches.
I changed my name.
I might do
to
it.
Subway to win that what they just said.
Subwaynamechange.com. Think about it.
That's
Everybody
the only thing
know
that makes
you.
sense to me, that if you had to do it, but still. Whew, okay.
All right. And you always want to know
the donkey of the day. You said
Charlamagne
gave
the
himself
God.
donkey.
Oh, let me see what everybody said before. Hold on. Yesterday he gave it to himself, remember? Okay, Emerald with the Michael Jordan, B. Jordan. Wendy says Calvin Lockhart. He died. Didn't he just die?
I thought he passed
he still
away.
alive?
He was a handsome man.
Calvin Lockhart was fine when dark men weren't in. Remember, we all liked Calvin. Yeah.
Him and Richard Roundtree.
Yeah.
Dark-skinned men that
Wendy
chocolate.
said naked. No. Wendy says they didn't say you couldn't change it back. That's what I'm saying. And then Wendy says Subway Kim Woods. Oh, I keep my middle name as Kim.
That's what I was saying. Can you keep the?
That's true. They don't care as long as your first name is Subway. I might do it.
No, Kim, please.
My mother laughing. Ma, if I did it for me, you'd be mad. But what if I did it to feed homeless people?
I still don't want you to do it.
She says she still don't want me to do it.
Nah. Do
you know how many of our so-called friends will be asking us for them stupid Subway gift cards? Kim, I saw on the news
you changed your name to Subway.
I know you got $50,000 in Subway gift cards.
Get away with it because I don't have a middle name.
What?
Subway Lenore Woods.
You gonna change your name?
No, I wouldn't do it though. But if that's a good example when you said the person that's over the shelters, homeless shelters, or that kind of thing that does community work. I
would definitely give it to homeless people.
That's something to think about. You'll be feeding them for how long?
Not that long. Yeah. $50,000. Each sandwich is about what, $5-6.
Yeah.
So it's not like
they'll be coming to you every day.
It's not like I can feed 50,000 people.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe 10, 20,000, 10,000. I don't know. All right, y'all. The donkey of the day. You always want to know who Charlamagne the God's donkey of the day is. An attorney for the white St. Louis police commander speaks out about discrimination lawsuit. Discrimination is wrong, no matter who does it. And that's why attorney Lynette, whatever her name is, says that the Mayor Jones and her administration need to be held accountable for passing over her client, a white man, for police chief in 2021. Now, this attorney says that St. Louis Lieutenant Colonel Michael Sack, who was a front runner to become St. Louis' next police chief, he's now filed a lawsuit alleging he was discriminated against during the first national search process, which left him and another white man, Lawrence O'Toole, as finalists. Jones announced she was going to start a new search in 2022, telling the St. Louis American, I only had 2 white male candidates to choose from, and St. Louis is more diverse than white males. Our police department is more diverse. She was looking for a black commander. Mm-hmm. At the end of that process, 2 black men and 2 white men, including Sack and Robert Tracy, remain. Jones' administration, the mayor, appointed Tracy to the position. Boy, that would have been a real embarrassment for the city to go through the process again and still say, oh, we don't have anybody. I think it would have made it very clear that she was looking for a black candidate. Mm-hmm. A spokesman for the mayor's office said the city does not comment on pending litigation. So he's mad because he's a white guy who wanted to be over the police department. Mm-hmm. And the mayor, because the mayors, they make the decision. Yeah. The mayor wanted a black commander because St. Louis is.
I thought that lawyer did.
No. St. Louis is black.
Right.
It's more diverse. Yeah. It's more diverse, which is what we was talking about yesterday, about how you have all these white cops in urban areas. They don't even live there. But she had 2 black candidates and she said no to the white guy, to the one that's suing. And then the black guys pulled out at the last minute.
Oh.
And she went ahead and gave it to another white guy who was still in the running. So his attorney is saying she only did that to save face because it would look embarrassing for her to go out and say, I had this white guy here, but I still need to try to go out and find some more black guys.
Mm-hmm.
She felt like that's why she hired the white guy, not because she really wanted a white guy.
She really wanted a diverse.
This guy who filed the lawsuit gets Donkey of the Day from Charlemagne because at the end of the day, it was a white guy who won. So how you gonna sue the city for hiring a white guy and you're white?
For discriminating. He's probably trying to do it on the fact that her first initial...
He's doing a principle thing. Yeah. It's the principle of it.
Her initial plan was to bring in a person of color, but they pulled out. I wasn't even selected. You would think even though they pulled out, come to me as the person to be selected and not just pull some other white guy.
But it was two white guys. They got the other.
And maybe he didn't score good.
That's what Charlemagne said. How about the fact that you're just a bozo?
Yeah, you just don't do good. Your scores were low.
But my thing is, even if she did want a black person, is that wrong?
They're saying the Chicago mayor, they have we have an interim, a police chief at interim. So they're trying to bring a selection to the mayor, and they said he can say yay or nay to any of them, and then they have to start the process all over again. So he could be in his head looking for somebody of color as well.
But it's sad you can't say that or you'll get sued.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I think that the mayor was looking for somebody black, but he can't sue. You can't say what's in the mayor's head.
Yeah.
If the mayor never said that out loud, his lawsuit is going to go nowhere.
To prove that.
You got to prove that that's what was intentional in her head. And that's going to be very hard since at the end of the day, a white man was chosen.
And if his scores are not as high as the white man selected or the two black men that pulled out.
Thank you.
He don't have a leg to stand
on. All right. Ma Wendy says, where did you hang your picture? Remember she says right in front of her bed.
Near her face where she can see it when she gets
up. Is it on that stand next to her?
Look at it every day.
Is it on that little stand next to your bed? Or is it on the glass table?
It's on the table.
Oh, it's on her glass. She has a glass.
I need to read that every day. That's what I say every day.
She has a glass table in her room. It's on
there. She has a bay window and a glass table.
A bay window. In the window
is she likes.
And she says she reads that every day and it gives her strength every day.
It's on her glass table.
It's on her glass table.
Anything that makes it to her glass table is good because that's her inspiration table.
All right, y'all. So don't forget, we have 100 family-friendly jokes, a book.
Yep.
The link is in the description. And we're working on volume 2. And it's on Amazon.
Right.
100 family-friendly jokes. Woods Report. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe.
You got everybody's comment?
Yes.
Okay.
It's probably lagging though.
Okay.
And that was another Woods Report. See you later, YouTube. See you later.